Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris, the 3.3 beta branch. Testing the Unity changes. I'm your host, Colors Fade. Created this species called the beta fish in honor of beta testing this branch. Take place on the homeworld of Beta Eddy, and they're an aquatic species. They're going to be docile because I need a little help with the Empire Sprawl. This is one of the first big changes you're going to see in the beta branch, is that Empire Sprawl is back. Bureaucratic buildings no longer allow you to mitigate sprawl. On one hand, you can think of it as everybody's going to have to deal with sprawl now. It's kind of like playing football in the snow. The snow sucks for one team, but the other team also has to play in it. At the same time, I never find penalties like that to be very appealing, but this is the road that Paradox wants to go down, so we're going to take a look at it. Docile costs you 3 points, so you have to take a negative somehow. So I took Deviance, Governing, Ethics, Attraction, minus 15%. They're going to be anglers for the bonuses. Farmers are replaced by anglers and pearl divers that provide food, trade, consumer goods. Adds the aquatic trade. I took Diplomatic Corps for the 2 available envoys, just because I'm not exactly sure how everything's going to shake out here in the beginning with these Unity changes, and I don't want to spend a lot of time having to worry about going to war right away, so I'd rather try to make my neighbors friendly. Some form of egalitarian, because I think Unity might be more important now, at least from what I've read in the beta patch notes. So faction Unity gain here is plus 25%. Xenophile, I'll get another envoy and some additional trade value, and materialist, so I can have some robots. And we're going to be an oligarchy, so we're going to have faction unity gain there, plus 25%, plus 15%. So between those two, 25% and the 15, we're going to get 40% additional unity gain from our factions. Let's see how it shakes out. I'm going to play on a smaller world for a shorter game, just because I want to see how the changes actually work. Everything else is pretty normal, pretty standard. Commodore, because I'm not worried about trying to beat Grand Admiral AI or anything. Again, I just want to test the changes. So let's see how it all works. There are new features. If you've read the beta patch notes, there's quite a bit of stuff in here. So we will get started. Research. R&D. Alright, research speed. Let's go with hydroponic farms. Put some of those on the plants. Nebula refinery, mining station output. Okay. Let's see where we're at in the galaxy. Right over here, kind of in the inner middle. Alright, we got a couple of planets over here. One is an ocean world, so that'll be nice. Let's go survey that right away. Can make a loop around here. Get some surveying going. And we'll crank up the speed so things will go a little faster. On our world, Beta Eddy, we're looking at 15% unrest already. I noticed this in the first beta that I was using. It seems like they want you to have some crime from the get-go. So I'm not sure why they felt the need for that, but oh well. Maybe they just feel like that's more natural, that there's always going to be a little crime. We will greet Xenos with open arms. Get our constructor going. Comet sighted for a good omen. Yeah, so right away. So you could see here, bureaucrats now turn consumer good jobs into Unity. They no longer thwart your Empire Sprawl, which is a bit of a shame. So for the first one, I'm going to select expansion. There are some nice ones in here. Colonies with additional pop growth speed. That's what I'm choosing to do first. There are some things to do here with your planets that are new. So there's this mass extinction. Our first stumbling Simpson, the void beyond Beta Eddy were not motivated solely by curiosity. The biosphere of Beta Eddy has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Beta Eddy may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event. That cyclical purging of life that is inseparable from planetary existence. A research plan has been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope that by reconstructing these events, a similar fate may be avoided for Beta Eddy and the Beta Fish race. It falls to you, as chairman of the Beta Fish, to ensure that this expedition is carried out. Consult the situation log. Oh.
Ledger of situations amended. A system has been charted.
Okay, so mass extinction through the years. Broken planet. So track. Can you just track all on map? Yeah, where are they at?
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
Okay.
We grow ever stronger.
Alright. So we're going to get ourselves another science ship going here. Got an archaeological site over here. In fact, let's just build a couple of those. Yeah, so those, all of those. Wow. Okay, well, we'll have to stretch over and get those. Science ship. Let's get someone who can do surveying and send them here. Do that. So there is this now. Oh, I keep trying to make a point on this because I'm going to have to pause the game. Upgrade Ascension tier. This is a new feature. Planetary designation effects 25%. So whatever you choose to designate for your planet. Now you can't do it on your core homeworld, but whatever you choose to do on your other worlds, if you want to focus it on farming or mining or whatever, those bonuses go up. You must have unlocked 3 Ascension perks to do this, and it costs a number of your Unity to do it. You can raise it multiple tiers, and the cost to raise it from like tier 1 to tier 2 is basically the same cost that it is to raise 2 planets from tier 0 to tier 1. So you can see how the math works out on that right away. We're gonna find out how that works. Oh, and now we have all of a sudden no crime. I guess some jobs got filled or something. But anyway, this is the biggest change to me. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of Unity changes, but this to me is the most significant thing not tied to Unity, which is because it affects Sprawl. So your Sprawl is going to sit up here, and you're no longer going to be able to mitigate this. No penalties besides edict upkeep are applied when it's below 50. Well, think about how small of an empire you'd have to be to stay below 50. We have 1 planet. We haven't even colonized a second planet yet. We don't even have any more buildings, any more pops, any more districts, and we're at 44. So everybody is going to get penalties. Now, apparently the original version of this beta branch, maybe even before it went live, said that there was no limit here at 50. You started taking penalties right away at 0. And in the beta notes they said, we've added a limit of 50 because we found out that starting the game with penalties wasn't fun. That should have been a clue to them. By the way, penalties just aren't fun. And now what you've done is you've made Empire Sprawl a penalty that everybody's going to have. And let me tell you, the difference between 0 and 50 is almost nothing. I mean, at that point in time, it's, what are you doing? So I think this is a colossally bad decision, and if it was my game, I wouldn't do this. But it's not my game. So off we go. I'm just not a big fan of penalties. I've always found them to be something I want to avoid, and I've found them to be annoying. Normally research speed. Let's grab you and do that. You can start researching anomalies. How's that?
Anomalous space-time continuum ahead. A system has been charted.
What do we have over here? It's a continental world. All right. Oh, what do we have here? Enigmatic spacefarers, alpha aliens. Okay. Let's find out what they really are.
Space charts updated.
I suppose if I was accurately going to play a species called beta fish, they would be warmongers. Wouldn't they? They'd be very aggressive. But this is what I'm going to do. Rock Brain, a scan of a particularly massive asteroid yields fascinating results. We can get science, or it says, the crew of the ISS Success recognized this matrix as a primitive neural lattice and believe the celestial body to be thinking in some capacity, if not fully sapient. They seek permission to excavate the core and transport it to the nearest orbital station for closer study. I don't think that's a good idea. I can't remember what the outcome of this is. I'm just going to do the science part. This is... Oh, that's a lot of fanciness there. So there's your influence, and here's your unity. Mass extinction, noxious planet.
There is new information in the situation log.
Living crystals, okay. So this science ship can go over here. Research that project. I can get it to research all these projects, maybe.
We grow ever stronger.
As the construction ship does its thing. So here comes our second. This new colonies start with an additional pop. Crystalline entities, we can learn to coexist. First contact finished. Mysterious rooms. Everything is just blazing. Oh, and here we go. This ocean world right there. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay.
Project done.
Mass extinction, toxic. The cracks in the planet's crust, first presumed to be the result of significant tectonic activity, are actually the lasting marks of impossibly large roots burrowing through the Earth. At some point in the distant past, a freak mutation, possibly deliberately induced by sapient beings, though it is unlikely they could have predicted the result, caused the native plant life to grow out of control. While this process was originally only caused for mild irritation, the exponential increase in atmosphere-borne particles effectively choked the life out of all animals on the planet in a matter of months. Okay. Alright, you, my friend, go here and survey that.
System has been charted. Ledger of
Or, yeah,
situations
go.
amended.
What are you? You're an anomaly research person? Research that.
Technology secured.
Yay! Hangar bays. Okay, what do I have here? How many craft do I have here? Oh, they're both surveying in that same system. That's funny. Okay.
A special project is finished.
Mass extinction frozen. So he doesn't have any more. Well, I got an idea for you. Go survey this, and survey this, and survey this, and you can do that one over there. As we look at our number, our board up here, everything is good for right now. We're about to go over our sprawl and we'll start taking penalties.
Ever stronger.
Pop growth speed. Monthly unity, 5%. Ooh. Pop growth speed is probably a little bit more important right now. Why don't you move up here and do that one? Okay. You can research that anomaly. You, on the other hand, can do that. What do we have here? An ocean world there. Oh, how lovely is that? Pop growth speed increased.
Anomalous space-time continuum ahead.
He's very excited about that. Lots of habitable planets right here. Okay, so this one, ocean world,
Research complete.
takes 200 to colonize that. So
We grow ever stronger.
200 consumer goods. I should be specific about what that costs. Survey speed. Be a good thing. Beta Eddy. Let's go for minerals. These guys are not quite in the amenity land that they want to be in. Let's give them a holo theater. Slow it down a little bit and counter.
Science ship destroyed.
Oh no.
All souls lost.
Oh
We
no.
grow ever stronger.
That's not good. That's too bad. That person was doing a good job of surveying for us. Well, that's just disappointing. Okay. In that case, you can go over here. By this, well, let's go that far then and see. We can see new science ship. Oh, we have an archaeologist. Well, in that case, I'm just going to put you to work right there. There we go. Yeah, so this looks like marauders, which would be bad. Of course, that's what I'd get right next to me. Marauders. The first beta fish colony. And what does this planet look like? Oh yeah, so you don't have a, as an aquatic species, you don't have a limit on the number of agriculture districts you have, but look at this. Also, lots of industrial districts on that one. So
What have we here?
what have we here, he says. Well,
We grow ever stronger.
yeah, so the other planet, oh, it's not got anything for minerals, so we're going to have to focus on minerals on our homeworld here. And we're going to find out what this is. Signs of barbarism. Yeah, we know what this is. We know what that is. Oh, joy. Well, that means, well, what we'll want to do then is get this planet and build it up. This is great that there's a planet there. That becomes a good choke point for us.
Ledger of situations.
We can make it really defensive. Get faster and light inhibitors on there and do our best to fend them off. Beta Eddy.
We grow ever stronger.
What kind of features do we have here? Let's clear some blockers, shall we? We've got nobody home. Get inside.
What have we here?
Windswept, deserted cities. They are old, weathered by exposure and neglect, but mostly intact with no signs of destruction.
System has been charted.
Well. Okay. These turkeys. Marauders. Yay.
We are being contacted by aliens.
Great. That's joyful. Oh, look at them. Nor like you. Very powerful already. Okay.
We grow ever stronger.
Good job, guys. Get this. Well, do what we can here.
A new port to call home.
A new port. Let's get some robots on there.
A system has been charted.
And I think what we'll do is build this industrial district.
A system has been charted.
What do the rest of our planets look like here? Let's see. So this one, bad for minerals. This one, good for minerals. That is a very good mineral planet, isn't it? And this other one is more... And this is going to be interesting. Okay. So the one that's good for minerals right here.
There is new information in the situation log.
It's this one down here. It's our choke point world. Okay. All right. Oh, and what do we have over here? Ocean world over there. Nice.
We grow ever stronger.
What's going to be our best choke? There's a choke point here. If you wanted to work your way back to here, that'd be pretty good. So your sprawl now is at technology cost 1% at Empire Sprawl 17. I'm going to gotta keep some numbers on this stuff.
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
Make some notes of these things. So again, the plus side of this is that everybody should have to deal with this sprawl. Every empire here.
Space charts updated.
The disadvantage is that, you know, is that penalties stink. Penalties stink. They're just not fun. All right, what do you got here? Research project, research anomaly. You should probably come back up here and grab this. On the other hand, now that there is this penalty and it's ubiquitous and everybody has to deal with it, if you want to play a wide empire, you don't have to worry about building bureaucratic buildings anymore. You don't have to worry about trying to stay under it and mitigate the penalties. They're going to be there no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it.
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
Wow, you researched both of those pretty quick. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about... Mobilized scientists, we have detected swarms of creatures burrowing up through the ground on our colony on Paru. They could emerge any day now. Wow. Forced growth modifier added. Well, let's see what's going on here. Slithering subterfuge. Colonists are reporting that some homes are now infested with serpents, and many structures are experiencing power failures. We should see if there's a connection. Alright. Observe. Use science. Is there? Use science available. Oh my, 289 months. It's like 10 years, man. Current society research will be put on hold? I don't think so. Starbase upkeep reduced, or empire sprawls from systems and colonies. So unfortunately, I'm sure this is probably one of the only things you can do to reduce sprawl. There may be a couple things in the research tree, but you know, it's not like any of it is going to be enough to negate it.
A system has been charted. We grow ever stronger.
Well, you then. Tell me what's going on over here.
There is new information in the situation log.
What are we at right here? We're still at +9 on the old consumer goods. Okay, that's good. You're building a city district, and I'd probably like you to build like one more of these next. Well, it's and it's up to +16. That's great. Working jobs. We got enough. Let's go colonize this one. It's a
Research complete.
It's gonna have a bonus to mining of +5%. So we'll want to make use of all these minerals and then figure out what we're gonna do with the rest of the planet. This is no good though. This is bad.
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
That is bad. And what are these guys? Sapphire lurkers. sapphire lurkers. Sapphire crystalline shardlings. Well, 181 months? It was 90 something. Oh my gosh. Mount the Graveyard Expedition. Okay. Really? Finishes in 181 months. What happened? Caused that to happen? What am I looking at for? Fusion reactor. Alien barracks.
Ledger of situations amended.
We kind of got lucky with the number of ocean worlds close by.
Space charts updated.
That is nice to have. Poru has unslocked another slot here. Knowing that we're going to have this planet over here with a lot of industrial districts, I'm tempted to do all these generator districts here so we make sure we have enough money. You're going to need a new building soon. Archaeological site finished. What did you generate for me? The deep sleep.
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
Thousands of years ago, the planet's average temperature dropped precipitously.
Grow ever stronger.
Unable to maintain their burrowing population, a cryptotorpor project was initiated. Oh. The planet finally did warm up, but the process was extremely sudden. Okay, so hostile environment adaptation is what we get out of that. Well, in that case, you here. Oh, you're a criminal. Great, good job. What is this? Paranoid. Research speed -5. Okay. I just need you to be able to do the archaeology stuff. So our first Ascension perk. Is there going to be anything different here? Let's take a look. So here's one of the first things you can see. Empire Sprawl from planets -50%. Don't want to take some penalties? That's one thing to consider taking. Edicts Fund. There will be no half measures or compromises when implementing the edicts decided upon by our government. Yeah, that's one thing is edicts have changed. How do they actually work now? Oh, they require a maintenance cost in unity. Fortify the border. Encourage political thought. So back to here. Imperial prerogative. Executive vigor. So that gives you a bigger fund to work with. So I assume then that means there's a max. There is. So our edicts fund is 25. So this costs 18 because of our sprawl, and our limit is 25. So we could really only do one edict right now. Now, if you had a limit of 125, obviously you can do more. Yeah, so it's just a different way of doing what they were doing before, making use of unity. It's still the same thing. It's just calculated differently. Don't let it freak you out. Okay. Well, back to this. Transcendent learning, shared destiny, executive vigor. That's interesting. Mastery of nature, of course. One vision, monthly unity plus 10%, pop menu usage minus 10%, governing ethics attraction plus 50. So where you need more unity, they're trying to make it so everybody doesn't take technological ascendancy right off the bat. Because that's what we've all been doing forever. So they're trying to make these other ones more appealing. And I think it's working because I'm staring at a couple of these going, yeah. Like executive vigor is nothing I would take now, but later on it might be useful. What else do we have? become the crisis, of course. Hydrocentric ocean terraforming cost minus 25%. Allows the construction of ice mining stations on starbases, which enables the expand planetary sea decision on ocean worlds and flood habitat decision on habitats. Species with the aquatic trait gain 50% greater benefits for living on ocean worlds, but penalties for living on non-wet worlds are likewise amplified. Unlocks the Deluge Colossus weapon. Enigmatic engineering. Nihilistic acquisition rating, yep. Engineered evolution, of course. Flesh is weak. World Shaper, terraforming cost, allows us to terraform worlds into Gaia worlds. Wow, is that new? Defender of the Galaxy. Damage to endgame crisis factions. Grasp the Void, yeah. That's not really impressive. Eternal Vigilance. Voidborn, yeah. Master Builders and Galactic Wonders. And Xenocompatibility. So I have to do, as always, you should do a little planning. You only get 8 of these. So there used to be an Ascension perk, show unavailable. There used to be an Ascension perk that allowed you to do 33% damage to gate builders and fallen empires. That appears to have been removed. All there is now is Defender of the Galaxy that lets you do damage to the in-game crisis factions. Here's what I've got lined up for what I'd like to do with my 8 slots. Or I'm going to grab tech first, but I am definitely going to grab Imperial Prerogative, and I'm definitely going to grab Executive Vigor. So that'd be like the first 3. I'm going to grab Hydrocentric at some point in time. I like this. Ocean Terraforming cost. So I want to try the construction of the ice mining stations and all that other stuff. And then Engineered Evolution, Evolutionary Mastery, those 2 things for your Ascension. And Master Builders and Galactic Wonders. Gotta have those. So let's grab the Science. And continue onward. So he's there. A little research station. Beta Eddie. Oh, and now we can build this thing down here. Can we? Where is it? Oh, we still don't have the research done yet. Okay.
We grow ever stronger.
Alright, you guys are auto-designated. Why you can't designate your homeworlds still seems kind of absurd to me. Alright, construction ship. Where do you want to go next? Well, let's get this one. So the science I'm waiting on is this. Gene clinics, 21 months away. Right here. Mass extinction, broken planet. So the question is going to come from people: how many administration offices should you actually build? What's going to be an acceptable number? You know, we always want to know the answers to things like that. Unity from jobs, 5% from the Autochthon monument produces unity for each ascension perk our empire has taken. It's a very interesting way to do it. You know, I think part of the question is, what other things are we going to be using unity for besides this upgrade ascension tier? You know, when it comes to things like refinery resources, I've always had a general rule of thumb, which is pre 3.0 patch, it was to save 3 slots on every planet for each one of the refinery resources. Later on, it got to be a little less demanding, and it was more like you could save 1 or 2 slots. I don't know what the general rule of thumb is going to be for administrative offices and Autochthon monuments now. It's going to take some experimentation probably to figure it out to where the sweet spot is. Same thing with like strongholds, you know. My general approach to strongholds is to make sure that I put one on every planet, and unless you're fighting 10 times the crisis or 25 times the crisis, that approach seems to work mathematically. But this is gonna be different. You have to figure out what these numbers are. So I'm not sure what the sweet spot's going to be. It's just going to take some playing around. That's one of the things I like to be able to tell new players is to make your life easy and simple, have X number of buildings, you know, do this on each planet. Some of these decisions are always really easy. Put a robot assembly planet down on every planet if you're going to have robots. And general one holo theater on each planet takes care of your amenities needs.
Research complete.
But what we're going to need for Unity, I'm not 100% sure. Most of the asteroid has been laser chiseled. Begins the shrines to the old god quest? No. Let sleeping gods lie. I definitely don't want to turn spiritual. Grants 6 months worth of Unity production when completed up to a max of 1,000. Monthly Unity is plus 5%. Additional edicts. It doesn't all fit in this box, so somebody needs to do some work there. Let's go do that. So on Paru, what we can do is now start putting gene clinics down.
We grow ever stronger.
This is going to end up being a certain amount of consumer goods on this world, but I kind of want to start doing this generator district with it. Reason being, I think this other world is going to be more suited to doing that. Let's go get a choke point off here, though. So our sprawl penalty at 33, we suffer 3 and 6% penalties. For me, this is always kind of a toss-up between adaptability and discovery. Like both of these. Habitability increase, food increase, resettlement cost reduce, which can be really nice. But I'm going to go discovery, because there's some things in there that I want. Alright, you're done with that. Good. Now you can do... Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing? Oh, I lost my leader? Oh, he croaked. Oh, so sad. Oh, and now we don't have anybody that can really do that anymore. We don't have enough Unity. Oh, and you have to hire these people with Unity now. So here's the first... Well, second really big change. The first big change is Sprawl. You can't just hire these people with energy credits now. This, to me, is a really dumb decision. Nobody gets hired because of Unity. You want to hire a scientist. You pay them cash. I'm in the middle of interviewing for a brand new job myself. And the job is potentially could be awesome. Could be a big career change for me. But like my wife said, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to cash. People have jobs to get paid. I don't understand this change. Okay, well, so much of this feels like a classic case of it wasn't broken, it didn't need to be fixed. There were other things in this game that were broken that needed to be fixed, and instead they want to revamp Unity. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because I could see it being used if you wanted to poach a scientist from another faction. You know, it'd be kind of like there's a scientist in Singapore and he can't decide whether he wants to go to America or China. Okay, can we flex some Unity to to draw them over to our side. I mean, that still doesn't, as a concept, this bothers me a lot. Unity. I love the whole idea of unity growing over time and being used to unlock traditions, help you form your nation. I like that. It made sense to me. This doesn't. I'm just kind of shocked. That's
A special project is finished. A special project is finished. Space charts updated.
yeah, it's just awkward as heck. So I don't know. Paradox keeps doing this. This has been their history, and this has kind of been the history of 4X gaming for me in the last decade. Is watching companies with 4X games just continually change them, even after they get them in a place where they're actually kind of cool and fun. They continually change them, and it's not always for the better. I hate to sound like a stubborn old conservative person, but I'm not fond of what's happening here. Yeah, this is troubling. This is troubling. So you want to grow, you want to get stronger.
Technology secured. We grow ever stronger.
I don't know. I've sat through so many changes now with this game, and I think for the most part, with the exception of espionage, the game got better. And I really felt like the addition of administration buildings was to handle Sprawl was like the last big change that needed to happen as far as fundamental gameplay. This feels very much like a step backwards. We're not going to get that drill rampage because there's shardlings over there. And what happened to crystalline pacification? Pacification is still 114 months away, so yeah. And Empire Sprawl is now a thing that you can't avoid, and this was the problem I had with Galactic Civilizations 3. They released every subsequent DLC they put out, they nerfed more and more of the game, and then the Retribution DLC came out and just stripped all the fun away. And this feels very much like Stellaris is going in that same direction of we're going to take what was cool and fun about it and remove it. For what purpose, I'm not quite sure. I don't understand the why behind this decision. And I don't understand how it makes the game better. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing this as being better. It's just Alright. So you're sitting there. Can recruit someone now? I have enough. Let's see. New worlds. Well, okay. Star patterns.
There is new information.
Psionic theory. Edicts fund plus 20. So that'll get you some edicts fund through research. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool. So we know there's some of that coming. Research alternatives. Well, okay. It's going to be time to put an end to this episode, so I'm going to sit here and think about this. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a lot more playing before I can see the full ramifications of the changes, but right off the bat, I'm not digging it. He's doing it. He's not digging it. Or she. He gives a she. She's doing it. She's not digging it. That's a reference to The Abyss. That's the name I was trying to think of. It's a fantastic movie. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If anybody ever wants to build a video game that is basically The Abyss, underwater, that'd be kind of cool. I would say first blush, though. First episode, I'm not thrilled with these changes. We'll see what happens as we get into it. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, if you dig the episode, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your questions and comments down below. I'm going to forge ahead, and we'll see where this goes.